After 37 days in captivity, slain lecturers' children regained freedom in Katsina. 20 persons killed as boat explodes and sinks in Bayelsa. Net foreign exchange flows increased by 55% to $25.4 billion in 6 months. And on the international scene, Kenya police fire tear gas in Nairobi, but protest turnout is low. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. And now the details. We'll start with matters of security. After spending about 37 days in captivity, terrorists have released the 2 abducted children of the slain lecturer of the Federal University, Dutse-Ma, Katsina State, Dr. Thierry Gyang. Trust TV reports that Gyang was killed by terrorists at his residence in Dutse-Ma while his 2 children were kidnapped. The terrorists had earlier demanded 20 million naira as ransom to release the children, but it was not clear whether the exact amount was paid to secure their release. A source explained that after the ransom was paid, the terrorists released the younger son, Caleb, and demanded 2 motorcycles and 200,000 naira mobile recharge cards to release the eldest one, Derek, on Sunday. He said the slain lecturer will soon be buried following the release of his children. The Nigerian Air Force announced on Thursday morning that the air component of Operation Haɗin-Kai has successfully destroyed a suspected improvised explosive device, the IED, factory at the Graza in the Mandara Mountains of Borno State. Director of Public Relations and Information for the Nigerian Air Force, Air Vice Marshal Edward Gapquet, disclosed this. According to Gapquet, the airstrikes were prompted by intelligence reports indicating the presence of a possible IED factory and storage area for other logistics. The IED factory had been suspected of relocating from Goza to the Timbuktu Triangle in Sambisa Forest and finally to Graza in the Mandara Hills. He further explained that the IED factory location at Graza had been under surveillance for weeks, with various installations observed and activities of armed terrorists in the area found to be consistent with those protecting a strategic location. The FCT Commissioner of Police, Bennett Igwe, has ordered an immediate investigation into the death of an unidentified cross-dresser in Abuja. The cross-dresser's corpse was found along the Katampe-Mabushi Expressway, Abuja, in the early hours of Thursday. In a statement, the command spokesperson, SP Josephine Ade, said preliminary investigations revealed that the individual was a man fully dressed in female clothing with no means of identification on him. Ade said he was immediately taken to Maitama District Hospital, where doctors on duty confirmed him dead. 2 commercial motorcyclists, otherwise known as Okada riders, have been killed in the Akoko area in the northern part of Ondo State by suspected armed robbers. In one of the cases that happened in Arigidi, Akoko in Akoko Northwest local government area, the victim, mutilated corpse, was found near the Arigidi community along Okeagbe Road 3 days after he went missing, while his motorcycle is yet to be found. Another Okada rider was said to have been lured to a spot between Ikare and Arigidi Akoko, where the robbers smashed his head and made away with his motorcycle. Residents of the community revealed that the injured motorcyclist was rushed to a nearby hospital where he died. His motorcycle was said to have been recovered at Akunu Akoko, a boundary town with Kogi State. The spokesperson of the Ondo State Police Command, SP Fumilayo Odunlami Omisanya, who confirmed, revealed that the police had commenced an investigation with the hope of apprehending those behind the killings. Now, 20 persons were on Wednesday evening burned to death as the engine of wooden market boat, popularly known as Dengue market boat, got exploded in the middle of the river and sank at Ezetu 1 community river in southern Ijaw local government area of Bayelsa State. Police spokesman in Bayelsa State, ASP Musa Muhammad, who confirmed the incident on Thursday, said rescue operations are ongoing to recover the drowned passengers of the ill-fated boat. According to community source, the unfortunate incident occurred around 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday. It was learned that the market boat usually goes from community to community along the coastal areas to do makeshift market before returning to Yanagwa on weekly basis. The chairman of the Maritime Workers Union in Bayelsa State, Ibgansi Ogoniba, who also confirmed the boat accident, said the local boat caught fire in the middle of the river while the boat was sailing to Okubie community and burned some of the passengers on board. He said though the number of casualties cannot be ascertained yet, as rescue operations is still ongoing. 2 persons suffered severe fire burns while 6 vehicles were destroyed when a fire outbreak engulfed a petrol filling station at Allen Junction in the Ikeja area of Lagos State on Thursday. It was learned that the fire was triggered by a gas explosion that occurred within the premises of the petrol station. The second floor of a 2-story building located beside the gas station was also affected. The head public affairs unit of the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, who confirmed the incident, however, said no one died in the unfortunate incident. He said when men of the agency arrived at the incident scene, it was observed that the filling station was engulfed in flames. He stated that further investigations conducted at the incident scene revealed that the fire was caused by an explosion of a 12-ton gas truck. He said the fire impacted several cars within the filling station and portions of a nearby building. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, the NNPCL, has clarified issues surrounding the reported fire at the mobile filling station at Ikeja, Lagos on Thursday. A statement by Chief Corporate Communications Officer, NNPC Limited, Olufemi Shoneye, after the incident, said the explosion had nothing to do with recently commissioned NNPC Gas Marketing Limited, NGML, NIPCO Compressed Natural Gas, the CNG station, which are currently functioning and running safely without any incident. 2 people were reported to have sustained burns, while property worth millions of naira was damaged. Eyewitnesses reported that the explosion occurred around 11 a.m., destroying at least 7 vehicles. 4 more dead bodies have been recovered from the mining pits that collapsed in Galkogo, Shiroro local government area of Niger State more than 2 months since the incident. Speaking in Minna, the Niger State capital, the district head of Galadima Kogo, Malam Umar Aliyu, said 4 more bodies were recovered on Wednesday and deposited at the mortuary of Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida Specialist Hospital. Aliyu revealed that the burial of 2 of the victims had been slated for Friday at the palace of the Emir of Minna, while the corpses of the remaining 2 victims would be taken to their hometowns in Nasarawa and Niger State on the request of their families. The district head said the Niger State government had constituted the committee for the disbursement of 50 million naira to families of the victims as part of support to enable them feed. The mining site managed by the African Minerals and Logistics Limited collapsed on June 3, 2024, trapping many laborers. The Department of State Services, the DSS, has refuted reports claiming that its officers raided the headquarters of the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, in Abuja. The denial comes following Wednesday's allegations by NLC that the service had sent armed men to its office and that they had carted away some documents. According to the union, the operatives stormed the Labour House around 8:30 p.m. The NLC said it was not immediately able to ascertain all the things taken away from its offices. In a response on Thursday, the spokesperson for the service, Peter Afunanya, said its personnel were not responsible for the ransacking of the labor union's office. NLC had condemned the raid and demanded the immediate withdrawal of the security operatives from its headquarters. Global rights group Amnesty International has condemned the invasion of the Abuja headquarters of the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, by state-backed security operatives. In a statement, the director of Amnesty International Nigeria, Isa Sanusi, said the raid of the security personnel undermines workers' right to organize, bargain collectively, and take industrial action. Sanusi strongly condemns the brazen invasion, saying it appears to be part of a sinister and calculated attack designed to intimidate the labor union. The union said heavily armed security personnel stormed and raided its headquarters, an office in the nation's capital, on Wednesday night. During the lawless raid, the armed security personnel ransacked books at the bookshop, also carrying all the materials into their van, claiming that the materials were used to incite and organize the recent protests. Moving on to more stories, the Kaduna state government has relaxed the 24-hour curfew it imposed on Kaduna and Zaria metropolitan cities from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily, effective from Thursday, August 8, 2024. The decision to relax the 24-hour curfew, according to the Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruan, was taken by the State Security Council under the leadership of Governor Obasani. He explained that the council, after a thorough review of the security situation in Kaduna and Zaria towns and environs, unanimously agreed to relax the 24-hour curfew earlier imposed on Monday, the 4th of August 2024. The statement said that the Kaduna State Security Council reiterates its total commitment to the peace and security of the state and will continue to take all steps deemed necessary for the preservation. In Plateau State, the state governor, Caleb Mutfwang, on Thursday further relaxed the curfew imposed on the Jos Bukuru area and metropolis. He also stated that residents are allowed to go about their lawful activities between 12 noon and 6 p.m. until further notice. The curfew was reviewed on Wednesday, following or allowing residents to move between 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. He further explained the further relaxation of the curfew was announced in a statement issued by the Director of Press and Public Affairs to the Governor, Gyang Bere. He said the state governor, Caleb Manasseh Mutfwang, after consultation with security agencies, has authorized this relaxation. Still in Plateau, the residents of Jos, the Plateau State capital, on Wednesday flooded the markets to purchase food items following the relaxation of the curfew in Jos North and Jos South local government areas of the state. The curfew was imposed on Sunday to restore law and order after some hoodlums attempted to cause mayhem in the state capital during the nationwide protest. The report.
The restrictions has limited people's access to essential supplies, leading to a surge in demand for food items as soon as the curfew was relaxed. At the new market, hundreds of Jos residents trooped to the market to buy food items.
Please, we thank God, because before we cannot move around to buy what we want. If we come out to buy something, police or army, they used to drive us back. But now we are a little bit easy, so we can come out and buy something and do a little business.
They have tried, because people have been suffering, most of the time, because we rely on virtually daily income. We come out to source for what we eat before we go back to our homes. And so for these few days, people have been stranded, kind of. So I commend the government for relaxing the curfew, but I feel they can do better.
Hi, Alhamdulillah, I'm very happy. Yesterday we don't have food, we don't have anything, but today, Alhamdulillah, we come to Antifa and buy some food and some items we don't have in the house.
Because this curfew has come unexpectedly, because the governor has put this curfew in the evening,
and people, they are not ready and they are not settled. They didn't buy anything. Government put the curfew, so people are very happy now because the curfew has been relaxed. So that's why people, as you can see, the market is full. People come in order to purchase their normal food, so that they will sustain their normal life activities.
The relaxation of curfew has bring, more of joy to many people within my domains here, because it has been 2 days while we've been indoor, which we didn't find many things. We didn't find most of the things wasn't easy for us, but with the relaxation of this curfew, we are quite happy about that, and we pray that the relaxation will continue like this, so we can have.
Some residents, however, call on people in the affected areas to be law-abiding to enable government lift the curfew completely.
We should adhere strictly to the rules and regulations of the Plateau State government, likewise the security agency. Let's follow the rules, let's abide by the rules, so we can as well enjoy the peace and the normalcy that we are about to enjoy in the Just North community.
The relaxation of the curfew has brought relief to many who can now access food and other essential items. From Jos, Ado Musa reporting for Trust TV.
The Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has assured that his administration will ensure the protection of the environment from deforestation and encroachment. He stated this during the flag off for the planting of 10 million trees in Kawuri community of Konduga local government to mark the 2024 tree planting campaign. He also allocated 500 estates to 1,100 IDPs in Bama and empowered them with farming inputs. Trust TV's Beatrice Kurutsi tells us more.
Tree felling for domestic purposes is rampant in most rural communities, with devastating effects on the climate and humanity as a whole. To save the ecosystem, more trees need to be planted, hence the launching of the 10 million trees to be planted across Borno. Governor Zulum at the exercise assured of strengthening partnerships with the National Agency for Great Green Wall and others in the fight against deforestation in the state. The governor directed the state ministries of Environment, Water and Agriculture to promote tree planting this year across the state.
I want to direct the Deputy Speaker of the State House of Assembly and so that the majority leader work with the Secretary of the State Government, the Minister of Environment, and immediately look to the browse in our existing environmental laws, thereby ensuring the establishment of another law or review of another law that will provide more punishment for those that are indiscriminate killing things.
Once again, Your Excellency, permit me to appreciate the Borno State Government's environmental initiative and unwavering support for the National Agency for the Great Green Wall, and also solicit for more of such synergy between NATGW and the Borno State Government through the Minister of Environment and the State Agency of the Great Green Wall, as well as other critical stakeholders to work together to be champions of the environment and continue to plant trees in our immediate environment.
The governor paid a condolence visit to Kaori community in Konduga local government, where 20 were killed in an IED explosion last week. In the meantime, the governor was also in Bama to allocate 500 units of houses in a newly constructed estate to 1,100 households comprising 10 communities in Bama local government. He supported them with cash, household essentials such as mattresses, mats, mosquito nets, and farming inputs.
I urge all the beneficiaries to be resilient and work diligently to rebuild your lives and livelihoods. Primary secondly through farming, primarily through farming, the agricultural value chain, as we did before insurgency. Rebuilding is not easy, but take solace in the fact that Almighty Allah has His purposes.
Governor Zulum concluded his trip with an inspection of the construction of another housing estate in Dara Jamal community in Bama State. Visibly satisfied with the level of work, Zulum said the project is expected to be completed in the next 3 months for resettlement of more displaced persons. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria has revealed that the net foreign exchange flows into the country increased to $25.4 billion in the first 6 months of 2024, marking a 55% increase from the figure recorded year over year. It stated that the evident progress is a result of its policy measures. This new development comes against the backdrop of its $876 million auction to 26 banks to resolve unmet FX demands. A statement from the Apex Bank on Thursday noted that this growth has been fueled by a rise in capital importation, which reached $6 billion in June 2024, and records inflows from diaspora remittances through unmet FX demands. Now, through formal channels. The CBN further noted that over $305 million of foreign exchange has been sold to authorized dealers in the last 3 weeks through a two-way quote system, which has been deployed over the past few months to enhance liquidity in the interbank market. The CBN also stressed that it is committed to fostering a transparent, market-driven foreign exchange environment and will continue to strengthen the market's capacity to meet the needs of all legitimate participations. And from the international scene, Kenya police fired volleys of tear gas on Thursday in the heart of the capital, Nairobi, as small groups of protesters gathered on what was billed as a fresh day of action against embattled President William Ruto. Riot police patrolled the streets of the central business district, set up roadblocks on major arteries, and many shops were shut, but barely dozens of demonstrators turned out. The East African nation, one of the most stable in the region, has been rocked by weeks of sometimes deadly protests against Ruto's 2-year-old administration, mostly led by young Gen Z Kenyans. While Ruto was overseeing the swearing-in of a revamped cabinet, just a few kilometers away, police lobbed tear gas in the central business district and detained several people. According to rights groups, at least 60 people have been killed since the protests began in mid-June, with police accused of using excessive force, sometimes firing live bullets, while dozens of people have gone missing. And finally, in sports, the Minister of Sports Development, John Eno, has rallied support for the Nigerian athletes currently competing at the ongoing 2024 Olympic Games in Paris. According to a post on his X account on Thursday, he said the athletes are giving their best and making the country proud. He said the Tigers made the nation proud and there is no shame in losing to the world's #1 ranked team. They struck a high note and made a statement even at the quarterfinal match with 74-88. The minister urged Nigerian athletes to persist and exhibit their talents and tenacity in the true spirit of the Nigerian sportsmanship, emphasizing the significance of resilience and determination in the face of challenging events. His words of encouragement come following the setbacks encountered by Nigerian athletes in the track and field events on Friday. And with that, we've come to the end of News Update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.